A quiet suburb. The story opens in a quiet suburban neighborhood where families prepare for Halloween. We meet Ethan Cole, a recently divorced father trying to rebuild his life. He spends his days working remotely and his evenings with his 10-year-old daughter, Mia. Across the street, a moving truck arrives and Ethan watches new neighbors settle in. The man of the house, Lucian Graves, is charming, well-dressed, and strangely magnetic. Ethan feels uneasy but brushes it off as jealousy of Lucian's confidence. The first encounter, Lucian introduces himself with a smile, offering Ethan a vintage bottle of wine. He claims he's a collector of rare drinks, jokingly calling himself a day drinker. Lucian seems unusually active during the day, working outdoors in the sun without issue. Ethan finds this odd but assumes Lucian is just eccentric. Mia becomes fascinated with Lucian, saying he's a cooler than dad. Ethan's discomfort deepens when Lucian avoids mirrors in the housewarming party photos. Strange happenings. Neighbors begin whispering about missing pets in the area. Birds and stray cats vanish, found later drained of blood. Ethan notices Lucian walking home late at night with his clothes stained dark. When questioned, Lucian laughs it off, saying he's into a rare meats. Ethan's paranoia grows, but Mia insists Lucian is just misunderstood. That night, Ethan sees Lucian standing motionless under a street lamp until dawn. The daytime visit, Ethan invites Lucian over one afternoon to test his suspicions. To his shock, Lucian walks in under direct sunlight without flinching. Lucian's skin glows faintly, almost too perfect, like polished marble. He claims a unique ancestry that makes him resistant to sun. Ethan begins researching vampire folklore but finds nothing about daywalking myths. Still, unease festers as Mia grows closer to their neighbor. The vanishing teenage girl from the neighborhood goes missing after a Halloween party. Ethan remembers seeing Lucian's car cruising near the party that night. The police dismiss Ethan's suspicions, citing his divorce stress and drinking habits. Ethan begins to spy on Lucian, noticing him returning home before sunrise with pale victims. He catches a glimpse of Lucian feeding in his kitchen through a crack in the curtains. When Ethan calls the police again, they find no evidence. Lucian is always one step ahead. The forbidden cellar. Ethan sneaks into Lucian's backyard during the day. He discovers a hidden door leading to a cellar beneath the house. Inside, rows of jars filled with blood line the walls like wine bottles. Old photographs reveal Lucian has lived through decades, never aging. Ethan flees in terror, realizing Lucian is indeed a vampire. But when he tells the police, they dismiss him as delusional. The warning an old woman in the neighborhood approaches Ethan secretly. She claims she's seen Lucian before in different towns under different names. Everywhere he goes, disappearances follow, and then he vanishes. She warns Ethan to protect his daughter at all costs. She shows him scars on her neck from decades ago, proof of her survival. Before she can say more, she mysteriously disappears the next day. Lucian's charm. Lucian begins openly courting Ethan's ex-wife, Rachel, charming her with ease. Mia adores him, calling Lucian like a second dad. Ethan confronts Rachel, but she accuses him of jealousy and paranoia. Lucian manipulates the situation, painting Ethan as unstable. Ethan feels his life being taken away piece by piece. That night, Lucian appears at Ethan's window, smiling as if daring him to act. The hunter returns. Ethan tracks down a reclusive vampire hunter rumored to live nearby. The man, Jonas Blackwell, is a scarred ex-priest who has faced Lucian before. Jonas explains that Lucian is part of a rare breed of solar vampires. These vampires evolved to absorb the sun's energy instead of burning from it. Lucian is centuries old, feeding openly by day and hunting by night. Jonas warns Ethan, if he set his eyes on your family, you're already marked. The pack. Jonas agrees to help Ethan if he commits fully to the hunt. They prepare weapons, silver knives, UV lamps, and wooden stakes. Jonas emphasizes the heart still works, but only during sunrise or sunset. Ethan struggles with the morality of killing his neighbor in broad daylight, but his resolve hardens when he sees Mia walking hand in hand with Lucian. The hunt begins. The failed attack. Ethan and Jonas break into Lucian's home during sunset. They attack with silver blades, but Lucian overpowers them easily. He mocks Jonas, saying he's been hunting him for decades without success. Lucian wounds Jonas badly, leaving him near death. Ethan barely escapes with his life, dragging Jonas to safety. Lucian waves goodbye mockingly, carrying Mia in his arms. The custody nightmare Rachel sides with Lucian, claiming Ethan is dangerous and unstable. A court hearing looms, threatening Ethan's custody of Mia. Lucian testifies as a model citizen, his charm swaying the judge. Ethan loses temporary custody, forced to hand Mia over on weekends. His heart breaks as Mia hugs Lucian goodbye, calling him a safe. Ethan vows he'll never let his daughter fall into the monster's grip. Jonas's revelation before dying. Jonas reveals one last secret. Lucian's power comes from ancient bloodstones hidden in his cellar. Destroying them will weaken him, but it must be done during daylight. Jonas gives Ethan his last weapon, a sun-charged silver stake. With his dying breath, Jonas says, "End him or he'll end her." Ethan steels himself for the final confrontation. The Halloween festival, the town throws its annual Halloween festival in the square. Lucian attends, dressed impeccably, adored by the crowd. Rachel and Mia are with him, smiling like a family. Ethan arrives, ragged and desperate, trying to warn people. Nobody listens. They see Ethan as a madman. Sam, yes, a nod cameo from Trick or Treat Spirit, passes in the crowd briefly, unseen. The public reveal Ethan crashes the stage, accusing Lucian of being a vampire. The crowd laughs, thinking it's a Halloween act. Lucian plays along, smiling charmingly, but his eyes flash red for Ethan alone. Later, Lucian corners Ethan in the alley, promising to take Mia forever. He taunts Ethan, "No one will believe you." They never do. Ethan realizes the fight must happen in secret. The infiltration, Ethan sneaks into Lucian's cellar one last time. He finds the bloodstones glowing, pulsing with stolen energy. He smashes them one by one, the jars of blood exploding like screams. The house trembles as Lucian senses the destruction. Ethan arms himself with the silver stake, ready for the showdown. Mia's cries echo through the halls. The final battle, Lucian appears, weaker now but still monstrous. His face morphs into a grotesque vampire form, fangs dripping. They fight brutally through the burning cellar. Lucian nearly kills Ethan, but Mia distracts him, calling out for her father. Ethan plunges the silver stake into Lucian's chest as sunlight floods in. Lucian disintegrates into ash, screaming in rage. The rescue Ethan carries Mia out as the house collapses in flames. Rachel, horrified, finally sees Lucian's true nature in his ashes. The police arrive too late, blaming the fire on a gas explosion. Ethan refuses to explain, holding Mia tightly. Rachel begs forgiveness, but Ethan remains distant. Halloween night ends with silence over the smoldering ruins. The aftermath, Ethan regains custody of Mia, finally proving himself as her protector. Rachel moves away, unable to bear the shame of her blindness. Ethan discovers Jonas left him a journal of other vampire breeds. The journal warns of more day drinkers scattered across the world. Ethan knows Lucian was only the beginning, but for now he treasures the peace with Mia. Post-credit scene in another city. A man sips red wine at a rooftop bar at noon. His reflection in the glass vanishes as he smiles, showing fangs. A waitress asks his name. He replies, "Lucian taught me everything." Sam watches from a nearby rooftop, tilting his head. The cycle of hunters and day drinkers has only just begun.